El hospital.
Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Morfar är tröttare än vanligt. Maten är färdig. And let's see what we're doing when we get back. Greek! We're doing Greek when we get back. Ben neredeyse her gün okuldayım. Fun fact. Turkish. Hello, Shakespeare. How you doing? Fun fact, in Spanish, the word for bishop in chess is alfil. And that actually comes from Arabic. Fil. The same word fil as this. Meaning elephant, because the bishop traditionally was to represent elephant units, somehow. Similarly, in Russian, the word for bishop is squab, and that also means elephant. Okay. 10-159. Haven't made a huge dent in it, but we're getting there. Okay, gonna do some Chinese now. Nej. Man. Igen. Jo. 5. Ducks are drinking wine. Bambas. Bamba. Okay, Bambas is ducks. Okay, I have now leveled up. Let's see what the XP situation is now. 10,340 out of 12,500. And as always, viewers can choose my next language for me just with a follow and a $5 to my Patreon. I buy a computer or quack, and here's another example. I like to point these out. For this word for quack sounds vaguely like hogun and the hok in hogun in Korean or waku in Japanese, and that because it is the exact same kind of character. Oh, I see. This is Hello and welcome to Hyperpolygliding with Elise, where I've decided to do a special Saturday night stream because I've just had a surge of energy after a long and annoying day, and we're going to continue that Ruby League ranking climb, starting with some Korean. I need to get my windows organized the way I like them, so I can actually see what's going on. Okay, so quote 1.
마법을 믿으세요?
Do you believe in magic?
전 제가 날 수 있다고 믿어요.
Okay, we're just, these are just lines from songs. Believe I can fly.
넌 거짓말쟁이지?
Are you a liar? And it's worth noting that 이지 often suggests that you're expecting the person to answer in agreement with you.
이번 연구는 너무 힘들어요.
This research is too Oh well, demanding. I mean, 힘들어 means it is using up strength, basically. 힘, strength, or energy. And 힘들다 is like to... So you can say it's demanding, it's taxing, or you can just say it's hard. Like...
연구원들은 그들의 연구를 사랑합니다.
Researchers love researchers research. Well, actually, no. Okay. I mean, that is one correct answer. Researchers love their research. But it's actually kind of a weird way of saying it. And if that's what you're trying to say, it's a weird way of saying it. Then you'd more likely say 연구원들은 자기의 연구를 사랑합니다. Yeah, 자기 meaning themselves. 자기의 their. This literally says research. 연구원들은 researchers 그들의. Oh, wait a second. Well, yeah. Okay, I misread that because I was sure that it actually said 연구원들은 연구원들의 연구를 사랑합니다.
그 연구원은 공부가 즐겁다고 했습니다. 그 연구원은 공부가 즐겁다고 했습니다. 공부가 즐겁다고 했습니다.
거짓말쟁이.
Liar.
저는 선생님 생각에 반대해요.
I oppose the teacher's thought. Or this could also be idea as well, 생각.
기자는 여자가 미국에 갔다고 썼어요.
The reporter or journalist wrote that the woman had gone to the United States. I wish they would just put the US so that it's one less little bubble in the word bank.
기자를 믿는다고 말했어.
Okay. I said that I trusted the reporter. Although actually this does not, this is another example of an implied subject. It could mean, all it literally says is, said that believed the reporter, or a reporter. So, in context, this could also mean you said you believe the reporter, you said I believe the reporter, he said he believed the reporter, etc.
저는 회사가 나쁘다고 믿어요.
I believe the company is bad.
연구원들의 책상.
Researcher's desk.
연구원들은 이번 연구는 너무 즐겁다고 했어요.
Okay, researchers said this research is fun. I mean, I would say a lot of fun. 너무 literally means excessively. It's from the same root as 넘다, which means to cross over, to like go over a notional line. So you could say it is a lot of fun. Oh well, I mean, I guess so fun, but see, the thing about this is when you get into these sorts of things, there is almost never going to be one absolutely correct translation. Like, so fun, first of all, so fun just sounds rubbish in English, I have to say. But, I mean, a lot of fun, very much fun.
민지는 친구의 생각에 반대한다고 말하지 않았어요.
Did not say that she disagreed with her friend.
남자는 여자를 사랑한다고 거짓말을 했어요.
Okay. 남자는 여자를 사랑한다고 거짓말을 했어요. So, okay. See, potentially this could actually go a couple of ways depending on how you bracket it. Because that gu could refer to the whole thing. See, gu is a particle that creates quotes. So, this could be the bracket that gu closes could encompass all of 남자는 여자를 사랑한다. Man said, okay, lied that he loved the woman.
연구원들은 그들의 연구를 사랑합니다.
Researchers love their research.
거짓말쟁이.
A liar. I mean, this is what they marked me wrong for. There is literally no definite or indefinite article in Korean. So 거짓말쟁이 could be a liar, it could be the liar, or it could just be liar.
연구원들은 이번 연구는 너무 즐겁다고 했어요.
Said this research is so fun. (32-day streak).
물론 당신은 할 수 있어요.
Of course, you can do it.
그건 멍청한 생각이야.
It is a stupid idea.
나쁜 선생님은 우리가 멍청하대요.
The bad teacher says we are stupid. The 하대요 is 하다고 해. Is an abbreviation. The full version would be 한다고 해요. It can also be 하답니다 in 합니다 form, or 하다오 in 하오 form. But it can be contracted to 하대요.
비 때문에 가방이 다 젖었어요.
The bag is wet because all wet. I didn't see that all was there. All wet because of rain.
제 선생님은 제가 한국말을 잘한다고 추측해요.
My teacher guesses that I am good at Korean.
저는 제 친구가 저를 믿는다고 추측했는데 아니었어요. 저는 제 친구가 저를 믿는다고 추측했는데 아니었어요. 저는 제 친구가 저를 믿는다고 추측했는데 아니었어요. 추측했는데 아니었어요.
어떤 사람들은 새가 멍청하다고 생각해요.
Some people think birds are stupid.
그때 날씨가 어땠어요?
How was the weather at that time?
문제는 내가 너무 못생겼단 것이다.
The problem is that you are too ugly. I always found the term for like unattractive in Korean fascinating, because 생기다 just means to happen or to occur. 잘생긴 사람, like 잘생긴 as an adjective means attractive. 못생긴 means ugly, like unable to happen.
고기를 안 먹는다고 가람은 큰 목소리로 말해요.
Okay. It says in a loud voice that he does not eat people. Meat.
가람은 알아들을 수 없다고 연구소에서 말했다.
Garam said 가람은 알아들을 수 없다고. Oh, I see. At the Research Institute, Garam said that he doesn't understand. Yeah, could not or does not. In these contexts, it actually amounts to the same thing. Also, I didn't see the word could was an
가람은
option.
제 목소리가 아름답댔어요.
Garam said that my voice was beautiful.
물론이야.
Of course, and that is plain speech.
물론 저는 갑니다.
Of course, I am going.
연구원은 남자가 한국어를 못한다고 추측했어요.
The researcher guessed that the man could not speak Korean.
가람은 알아들을 수 없다고 연구소에서 말했다.
At the Research Institute, Garam said that he couldn't understand.
듀오가 번지점프는 어렵지 않다고 해요.
Says bungee jumping is not tough.
학교에 뮤지션이 온다고 해요.
Well, here a musician is coming to school. Literally, see, that's, you can say it that way. But, I mean, what this says is some unspecified person is saying that a musician is coming to school. 학교에 뮤지션이 음악가가 온다고 해요. So, let's see, it's an unspecified subject. 해요 does not have a specified subject, so you can translate it to emphasize you hearing that it was said, or you can translate it to emphasize that somebody said it.
작곡은 쉽지 않다고 해요.
They say songwriting. That isn't really songwriting, though. 작곡. I mean, songwriting is more 작사, writing lyrics. 작곡 is writing the actual musical composition. So I would say composing isn't easy. Is not easy.
그 건축가는 천장이 높은 집을 짓고 싶다고 해요.
Says he wants to build a house with high ceilings.
저기 봐. 마술사가 천장을 걷고 있어.
Look, the magician is walking on the ceiling. Yeah, it can also be look over there, but it can also just be look. I mean, either way, it's signaling that somebody should pay attention to a thing. Literally, it is look over there, though.
마술사 남자친구가 요리하고 싶다고 해서 싫다고 했어요. 마술사 남자친구가 요리하고 싶다고 해서 싫다고 했어요. 요리하고 싶다고 해서 마술사 남자친구가 요리하고 싶다고 해서 싫다고 했어요. 싫다고
했어요.
했어요.
내 친구가 작곡을 배우고 싶다고 해요.
My friend says he wants to learn songwriting. Although, again, that's more composing than songwriting. 곡 refers to the actual musical composition. Never mind the sound of a Coke can falling over that I had forgotten was there.
그 댄서는 천장을 보며 춤을 췄어.
Dancer danced while watching the ceiling. Or while looking at the
그
ceiling.
피아니스트는 요리를 배우고 싶다고 했어.
Said he wanted to learn to cook. 요리를 배우고 싶다고.
번지 점프는 싫다고 했어요.
I said I didn't want to bungee jump.
내 뮤지션 친구는 사는 게 즐겁다고 해요.
My musician friend says that life is fun.
뮤지션은 아름다운 직업인 것 같아요.
A musician seems to be a beautiful job. Okay, that is a really awkward. I would say, that's literally kind of accurate, but you wouldn't say that way in English, would you? I mean, you'd say, being a musician seems to be a beautiful job. A musician isn't a job. A musician is a person who has the job of making music.
내 동생은 댄서이고 작곡도 해요.
My younger brother. 네 동생은 댄서이고 is a dancer and a songwriter. Though, again, composer would be more accurate.
작은 아이는 인기 있는 댄서예요.
The little child is a popular dancer.
번지 점프는 하늘을 나는 것 같다고 해요.
They say bungee jumping feels like flying in the sky, which is literal, but I mean you could just say feels like flying and that would be more natural, and I mean most of the time that's
마술사가 천장을 걷고 있어.
most of the time when you talk about flying, it is sort of the default is that it's in the sky, and you have to specify if it isn't. There, the magician is walking on the ceiling. 김동무가 하늘을 난다. Okay, we have leveled up, and it is time to randomly select another language. And where have we ended up? Navajo. Well, I mean, one of the things as I go through the speedrun that I've noticed is the languages that I have actually made progress through doing this speedrun in are the languages that I already knew a fair bit about to begin with, like Vietnamese, like Hungarian or Finnish or Chinese, where I already had a pretty good grasp of how the language works, of, word order and stuff like that, and had some basic vocabulary. The languages that I know nothing about, on the other hand, are the ones I always end up floundering in. Ashla. I haven't got the audio recorded yet. 5 cherries. Ha. 3. Naki. I'm just guessing at these pronunciations because they haven't. Ta-ta-i. Ta-ta-wa-i. 1. So they haven't got the audio in yet. I assume they're putting it in eventually. 3, 4, 5. Ta. 1, 2, 4. Halai na kidi. 2, 4, 5. Halai na ki ashla. Ta i ashla. Naki di ashla. Well, see, and numbers are one area where this sort of the inductive method can work even if you don't know anything, because there are going to be patterns. It's going to be, if they're going to try to do the inductive method with just numbers, it's just going to be, they're going to be in order or something like that, and then they're going to progress to out of order. Okay, 28.95. So let's eat. Sebi. Sounds like the Korean word for swallow. Jebi. Nezna. Sounds like the. Sounds like that Croatian word for doesn't know. Ah, hasta. Six. 7, 6, 5. Nahaste. I'm guessing that's 9. 10. 9. 8. Oh, no, not 6. The Ashla Hasta. I'm assuming that's a nasalization diacritic, but the thing is, with no audio yet, I assume they're putting it in. Eventually, it's hard to know, and that also makes it very hard to retain for me. 9, 7, 6, I think. 9, 8, 7, okay. 7, okay. 8, 7, 6, I believe. Nezna. Nezna Bilasana, I think. 9. 8, 6. 9, 8, 7, okay. Sebi, tot 7. Two of 5. Ashla Ada. Okay. So this is a language where, at least in 10 through 20, the second digit comes first. 15. D. It's Ada. I guess that's 14. 12. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so consistently the second digit comes first. It's like German or Dutch in that regard. Ten. 13, 12, I think. 10, 11, 12. Okay. Thirteen, 12, 11. 12, 11, 10. 15, 14, 13. 15, 13, 12. 14, 13, 12. 13. 11. 10, 9. 11. 10, 11, 12. Now states are the 19. Okay, so it's consistent up to 19 anyway. Nadine. 20. Nadine. Sebit Ada. 20, 19, 18. Sutzid Ada. 17. Hasta Ada. 16. Nadine. 18. 17, 16. 17, 16, 15. Okay. Sebit Ada. Sutzid Ada. Hasta Ada. Nadine. Hast et Ada. Sebi Ada. Totally guessing as to these pronunciations. Dizdin. 40. Tardin. 30. Ashladin. 50. 30 and 40. Right, 30, 40 and 50. Well, actually, really, there's no and in there, is there? 30, 50. Oh, 40. 40, 50. Okay, we've leveled up, and it is time to switch languages. Oh, well, let's do a quick XP check. Although, we are way short of even second place at this point. I don't know, these people in first and second are just unbelievably prolific. I don't even know how that... Like, you would really... I don't know how you would have the time to do this much. Unless you're, like, doing it professionally or something. But we will see. We're gonna... keep going. And then tomorrow, I do not have to do a really annoying translation with a mildly scratched cornea, so I will have time to do some in the afternoon too, and I expect I'll be streaming then. Ay, bueno. Anima fe, una amiga de català. Oh, I see I've got some new arrivals. Need to get better at remembering to update the title. Ok, una amiga de català. Y aquí vamos a cambiar al castellano porque el catalán hasta ahora en Duolingo solo se puede hacer a partir del castellano. Y es muy difícil manejar 3 idiomas a la vez. Incluso para mí, pero sobre todo cuando estoy tan raja.
Els meus
como
pares
lo
no
estoy
han
ahora.
cuinat res.
Mis padres no han cocinado ninguna weá.
Aquest vespre he anat a casa.
Este anochecer he ido a casa.
On heu anat avui? On heu anat avui? Avui hem cuinat sopa.
Hoy hemos cocinado sopa. Poco a poco nos vamos acercando a la época del año en que se puede
L'ocell ha
cocinar
agafat
sopa
el
sin
formatge.
sudar. El pájaro cogió el queso, cogido. Así se nota, así se sabe que esto fue hecho en España. Porque del Río Bravo para abajo, weón, nadie va a decir cogido. A no ser que sea en broma. Tomado, agarrado. Pero cogido no. Porque coger un queso en Latinoamérica no es la misma wea que coger un queso en España.
No han jugat a futbol.
No han jugado al fútbol. No ha sido él.
Aquest matí he fet un entrepà de formatge.
Esta mañana he hecho un pan, un bocadillo de queso, un sándwich de queso.
No he agafat les claus de casa.
No he cogido las llaves de la casa. Las llaves de casa. No he tomado, weón.
Què heu cuinat?
¿Qué habéis cocinado?
A què heu jugat?
¿A qué han jugado, weón? ¿A qué habéis jugado? Claro, estamos en España, weón. La tierra del vosotros, weón. ¿A qué habéis jugado?
Tu no l'has agafat.
Tú no lo has cogido.
Hem anat a l'hospital en cotxe.
Hemos ido al hospital en auto. Ellos han sido mis amigos.
Avui tu i jo no hem jugat a res.
Hoy tú y yo no hemos jugado a nada. On has
Has
estat?
estat. Nosaltres
no hem fet això.
fet això.
Ok. 1 de 5.
Hem vist això.
Hemos visto esto.
No sé qui ho ha dit.
No sé quién lo ha dicho.
Has donat molts diners a la meva àvia.
Has donado, dado mucho dinero, mucha plata a mi abuela.
A què has dedicat el teu temps?
¿A qué he dedicado tu tiempo? Pues, ¿habéis leído del maestro Niños Malos? Sí, weón.
L'he conegut aquest matí.
Lo he conocido esta mañana.
No he conegut mai ningú com tu.
No he conegut
Conegut
mai
ningú com
tu.
tu. Què heu vist avui?
¿Qué habéis visto hoy?
Què heu dit?
¿Qué han dicho? Ellos te han dedicado eso.
Què ens han donat?
¿Qué nos han dado?
No t'he dedicat gaire temps.
No te he dedicado mucho tiempo.
Avui t'he vist a casa teva.
Hoy te he visto en tu casa. El informático ha dado un libro a la mujer.
Qui has conegut avui?
¿A quién has conocido hoy? Ay, weón. ¿De quién os habéis reído vosotros? De qui
Qui
us heu
heu
rigut vosaltres. S'han
rigut
de mi
mi
i no
no
m'agrada
gens.
Saben, en la matemática se dice que... Oh, hello, Jack. Ándate a la concha de tu madre, weona. Ah, yes, I may suck, but I don't suck at banning assholes. It's a pity, I could use the extra follower. Well, actually, does that follower still count even though I blocked them? Towards my, my affiliate status? That would be cool. Hello, Yuvraj. Thank you for the follow. Ok, 2 de 5.
Els gossos han corregut molt.
Los perros han corrido mucho.
Què heu volgut?
¿Qué habéis querido?
No he pogut fer-ho.
No he podido hacerlo.
M'han admès en aquesta universitat.
Me han admitido en esta universidad. इस यूनिवर्सिटी पर मुझे admit कर दिया.
Encara no has començat?
Todavía no has comenzado.
Han començat a parlar.
Han comenzado
començat
a parlar.
parlar. On has corregut?
¿Dónde has corrido?
Quan ho has sabut?
¿Cuándo lo has sabido?
Hem volgut veure-les.
Hemos querido verla. Él ha querido comer.
Avui no he corregut gens.
Hoy no he corrido. No. He corrido nada.
No t'hem admès.
No te han. No te hemos admitido, claro.
Ha pogut trucar-me, no?
Ha podido llamarme, ¿no?
Per què no ha pogut?
¿Por qué no ha podido? Okay. या अभी तो मैं स्पेनिश से बोल रही हूँ क्योंकि कैटलन सिर्फ स्पेनिश से कर जा सकती है, and it's just hard for me to sort of do 3 in my head all at once, like chatting in English and then doing this in Spanish and Catalan. So I just sort of switch over to mostly Spanish, but I'm gonna switch languages as soon as I level up, which won't be too much
Jo no he
longer,
sabut això.
and that will simplify things. A no ser que hables español, entonces no hay problema alguno. No he sabido eso. Aumentemos un poco la dificultad, weón. No
No.
t'hem
Hem
admès. Encara no has començat.
Has començat. Hem dormit aquí.
Ansetin. Hemos dormido aquí.
Avui no he dormit gens.
Avui no he dormit gens.
Gens.
On has dormit aquesta nit?
¿Dónde has dormido esta noche?
El gat ha llegit la teva carta.
El gato ha leído tu carta.
Què has escrit?
¿Qué hay escrito?
Què han produït els treballadors?
que han producido los trabajadores. Toda la riqueza del mundo, weón. Salvo la riqueza natural, que es otra weá.
M'he despertat aviat.
Me he despertado temprano.
Els meus pares t'han conduït fins a casa.
Mis padres han conducido hasta casa. El hombre ha escrito muchos libros. El hombre ha escrito muchos libros.
No han llegit el diari.
No han leído el diario.
Quan us heu despertat?
Cuando os os habéis despertado.
Què heu escrit avui?
¿Qué habéis escrito hoy?
Per què no has conduït?
¿Por qué no has conducido?
A quina hora t'has despertat avui?
¿A qué hora te has despertado hoy?
Quan ho has produït?
¿Cuándo tú has producido?
El forner ha produït molt de pa.
El panadero ha producido mucho pan.
És un llibre original. No he llegit mai un llibre igual.
Original. No he leído nunca un libro igual.
A quina hora t'has despertat avui?
¿A qué hora te has despertado hoy? Ok. 170, mon.
Què has perdut?
¿Qué has perdido?
Quan has vingut?
¿Cuándo has venido?
Hem vingut quan ho hem sabut. Vingut? Quan ho hem sabut?
Sabut.
M'he perdut.
Me he perdido.
Has obert la finestra?
¿Has abierto la ventana?
Ha plogut molt.
Ha llovido mucho.
Els meus pares han viscut molt bé.
Mis padres han vivido muy bien.
Els estudiants han après aquestes lliçons.
Los estudiantes han aprendido estas lecciones.
Encara no he obert cap porta.
Todavía no he abierto ninguna puerta.
Hem viscut aquí.
Hemos vivido aquí.
Has après això?
¿Has aprendido eso?
On heu viscut?
¿Dónde habéis vivido?
Jo he après molt amb tu.
Yo he aprendido mucho contigo.
Ens hem perdut.
Nos hemos perdido.
Saps si ha plogut a Barcelona?
¿Sabes si ha llovido en Barcelona? ¿Por qué?
Per què
No, heu
heu
vingut
aviat?
aviat. Ha
Ha
plogut
plogut
molt.
molt.
Un poco de agua. Okay, we've leveled up and it is time to pick another language. Missed. Okay, let's try that again. And where are we ending up this time? Oh, well, except we already did Korean today. Although that does remind me that the first episode of Learn Korean Through Music, the series that I've begun doing where I take Korean songs and that you probably haven't heard of, and provide both an idiomatic translation and a literal word-for-word gloss to help people understand, work, and learn sentence structure and how ideas are expressed in Korean, has come out and is available for patrons on the $5 tier, and will be available for free to everyone on the 15th. That is on, you can go to my Patreon, the link is at the top of the screen right now. If you are interested in that. And if you want to watch it without becoming a Patreon, it will becoming a Patreon patron, it will be available on the 15th, so not too long from now. Okay, well, from Catalan to Spanish, okay. Alright. Let's do some stories, actually.
¿Dónde está tu novia? Bea está en el aeropuerto.
Yeah, we did this one in Japanese already.
Ella habla con el hombre del mostrador.
Hola, ¿necesitas ayuda?
Sí, voy para Barcelona y quisiera estar al lado de mi novia en el avión.
Avión.
Está bien. Tenemos 2 asientos juntos.
Perfecto.
There are 2 available seats together.
¿Dónde está tu novia?
No sé. ¿Puede ayudarme a buscarla?
¿Cómo es?
Ella es alta. Tiene el pelo negro.
Black hair.
Está bien.
Le gusta hacer deportes y bailar.
A
ella le encantan los animales, pero come demasiado chocolate.
Oh, interesting. Because in the Japanese version that we saw, everything else was the same, except that instead of eating too much chocolate, as in this case, and honestly, I don't think such a thing exists, she was speeding too much, driving too fast.
Está bien. ¿Cómo se llama tu novia?
Yo no sé.
¿No sabes cómo se llama tu novia?
No tengo novia todavía. ¿Puede ayudarme a buscar
And I still think
una?
this is a very expensive version of Tinder. To pay an extra, like, last minute for a second seat on a plane. Just to get to enlist the assistance of a ticket agent at the airport. Doesn't have a girlfriend yet. See, and I have to say, I mean, I like the stories. I think this is actually one of the best things that I've seen on Duolingo. Because it gets the narrative structure, it gets the context that really helps these things become retainable. And then they come up with actually, like, interesting, cute stories. Like, this is a weird little story, but it's memorable specifically because it's a weird little story. ¿Dónde? Avión. Deporte. Sí. Novia. O yo diría polola. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna just do this and level up here. Okay, we're on 3041. Jesus, the second place is 2600 XP away, and I have 24 hours to make good. That doesn't seem entirely likely, but we'll see. I got tomorrow afternoon too. Por
favor.
Una maleta.
Una maleta.
Mi pasaporte.
My passport.
Un taxi.
Un taxi, por favor. Mi maleta.
Maleta. Por favor.
Por favor. Mi pasaporte.
El pasaporte.
Taxi.
Mi maleta.
Un teléfono.
Yo necesito un taxi.
El taxi.
Un teléfono.
Interesting. 24.
Mi pasaporte.
Mi pasaporte está aquí. Hotel.
Mi reserva.
Mi reserva. Hotel.
Yo necesito una reserva. En el hotel.
Mi pasaporte está en el hotel.
Aquí, por favor.
¿Dónde está el teléfono?
El
Actually, a ver. Let's see if this will accept a different, but accurate word order. El teléfono, ¿dónde está?
está?
And it does. Good on you, course creator, for taking that one into account.
Yo tengo una maleta.
El pasaporte,
El
¿dónde está?
pasaporte. ¿Dónde está?
El pasaporte está en la calle pidiendo dignidad.
Yo tengo una reserva.
Está aquí.
¿Dónde está el teléfono?
Una reserva. ¿Dónde
¿Dónde
está
el pasaporte?
En el tren.
En el tren. Mi plata.
Mi dinero.
Tu dinero.
Tu dinero.
Mi dinero.
Un tren.
Oh, I see why that one got marked wrong that I skipped past so quickly. I was typing what I heard and they wanted me to type it in English, I think. Okay.
Tu boleto.
Oh, okay. Boleto. El aeropuerto, ¿dónde está?
En el autobús.
En el autobús. In that case, it is a very small airport indeed. Boleto para Santiago. El aeropuerto.
Tu tren está aquí.
Tren está aquí. Tu autobús. Yo diría tu micro.
¿Dónde está tu pasaporte?
¿Dónde está tu pasaporte?
Un boleto a Santiago.
Boleto a Santiago.
El aeropuerto.
Tu dinero.
Your money. Three or four.
¿Dónde está el supermercado?
¿Dónde está el supermercado? Baño. Although you can also say, like in a lot of the Spanish-speaking world, the term is el servicio. especially in South America, you see that a lot more. Like, the sign for bathrooms or restrooms in Chile and Peru, for example, that you mostly see is SS period HH period. That stands for Servicio Higiénico. But the thing is, in other parts of Latin America, nobody's actually heard of the washrooms referred to as el servicio. So, like, I remember I was in a Mexican restaurant a couple of years ago, and I go, disculpe, el servicio dónde está? And she thought I was complaining, because she thought I was asking, like, where's the service? Like, she thought I was making a complaint. I was like, no, I just mean the washroom. But apparently in, like, Central America, that isn't a thing people say. That's how you learn these things as a Spanish speaker. Because, to paraphrase Mark Twain, we are divided by a common language.
El banco está cerrado.
El banco está cerrado. Oh, I forgot to click. El banco está cerrado.
Mi calle.
Mi calle. El banco está cerrado. El museo. And chat, feel free to join in.
Un supermercado.
Una calle. El baño está aquí.
Supermercado. In a lot of places, you'll just say super. El super. ¿Dónde está el super?
El hospital está aquí.
El hotel está cerrado.
El hotel está cerrado. El hospital.
¿Dónde está el banco?
¿Dónde está el museo?
Okay. We've leveled up. It's time to check out XP situation, 3100 XP, and to pick a new language. Esperanto. Need to get better about updating the language on here, the title. Keep forgetting to do that. "44 followers. I am 6 followers short of affiliate status." So, okay, we're gonna do some Esperanto. And I have to say, Zamenhof did a pretty good job with Esperanto, because his goal was to make it so easy that anyone who was coming from a background with, like, the major European languages would be able to just understand it. And having never actually done any deliberate study of Esperanto, I can count on one hand the number of times I've gotten something wrong in Duolingo Esperanto that weren't a misclick. Like, pretty much always I know exactly what it says.
Bovlon.
Do not move that bowl. Bovlo.
Kiam mi enuas, mi purigas la domon.
I clean the house.
La suno vekis min tro frue.
The sun woke me too early.
Bongusta manĝaĵo vekas la apetiton.
Food awakens the appetite.
Kiom da homoj okupas tiun domon?
How many people occupy that house?
La neĝo klinas la arbojn.
The snow bends the trees.
Miaj gepatroj nomis min Sofia.
My parents named me Sophia.
Bonvolu movi tiujn seĝojn al la alia ĉambro.
Move those chairs to the other room.
Kial vi movis mian glason da suko?
Why did you move my juice glass? Okay, my glass of juice.
Mi levos la skatolon sur la tablon.
I lift the box onto the table.
Kiel oni nomas tion?
Why is one called that? Okay. What is that called?
Ĉu vi ne enuos se la televidilo ne funkcias?
Will you not be bored if the television doesn't work? Klinis.
Ili. Ci.
Legas. Klinis. Ciam. Mi levis la ĉapelon.
Mi enuis la tutan tagon. La
tutan
tagon. Libroj okupas tro da spaco en nia domo, ĉu ne?
Are occupying too much space in our house, right?
Kial vi movis mian glason da suko?
Why did you move my glass of juice?
Mi levos la skatolon sur la tablon.
Levos. I missed that it was levos and not levas. We'll lift the box onto the table.
Kiel oni nomas tion?
What is that called?
La tero moviĝas ĉirkaŭ la suno.
The earth moves around the sun. Con vino il cutimo. Movas malrapide. Moviĝas, okay.
La akvo en tiu rivero moviĝas rapide, ĉu ne?
Water in that river moves fast, doesn't it?
Kiel vi nomiĝas?
What is your name? Okay, so ij as an infix is reflexive. Nomigas, movigas. Okay, neat. Nomigas.
She nomigas Sofia.
Her name is Sophia.
Katidoj iĝas katoj.
Kittens become cats.
Kial vi
Welcome
iĝis
all.
kolera?
Why did you get angry?
Lasu min okupiĝi pri tio.
Me take care of that.
Ŝi vekiĝis de sia dormo.
Это моя забота. She woke up from her sleep.
Kiam la suno leviĝos morgaŭ?
When will the sun rise tomorrow?
Kiam li laboras nokte, li dormas dum la tago kaj vekiĝas en la vespero.
In the night. Oh, no. During the night, he sleeps. In the day, and wakes up. Fuck. Okay, now I have to go through all this again. God, so well. Bloody. I didn't see. I did it the way I did it because I didn't see that there was an at because there are so many words in here. When he works at night, he sleeps in the day and wakes up during the evening. I would have said in the evening, but oh god, I mean that. See, that's also correct, but I mean they're like 5 or 6 different prepositions you could put in here and it would be just fine. It would mean the same thing.
Li leviĝis kaj iris for.
He got up and went away.
Je kioma horo vi vekiĝos morgaŭ?
At what time will you wake up tomorrow?
Mi ne povas leviĝi.
Mi ne povas.
Leviĝi.
Ili iĝas maljunaj kaj grizaj.
They are getting old and gray.
Oni ofte ne povas okupiĝi pri du aferoj samtempe.
Often cannot take care of 2 things at the same time. Oh, I see. There's a new person joining chat over at YouTube. Hello, new chat person. Welcome. We're doing Esperanto right now. I don't know if there's going to be any chance of me actually making it to second, let alone first place this time in Ruby League, because I am way behind. I didn't do anything this afternoon because I had a translation I had to finish, which took a long time because I also had a very mildly scratched cornea at the time, which is mostly better now. Doesn't hurt anymore, just very mildly irritated. But it took forever. It was a huge pain in the ass, and so I kind of lost an entire day as a result of that. Movino e cutime movigi. O movigas cazzo.
Kiam li laboras nokte, li dormas dum la tago kaj vekiĝas en la vespero.
Works at night. He sleeps during the day and wakes up in the evening. please tip. That one is such a pain in the ass. Movijas.
La congreso finiĝos sabate.
Will end on Saturday.
Aliĝu tuj.
Join immediately.
Sidiĝu sur ĉi tiun seĝon.
Sit down on this chair.
La edzo kaj edzino volis disiĝi.
Why the husband and wife wanted to separate, I think. Oh, hell. A misclick.
Iliaj gepatroj disiĝis antaŭ 10 jaroj.
Separated years ago. Oh, decjaroj, 10 years ago, right.
Mi volas aliĝi al la klubo.
Want to join the club.
La arboj kliniĝas pro la neĝo.
The trees are bending because of the snow.
Kiam vi kaj Sofia geedziĝos?
When did you and Sophia get married? Oh, when will you get married, dear? Oh, bugger.
La junuloj disiĝis post la kongreso.
Young people parted after the Congress. Sidigis.
Kiel?
Saluton.
Saluton.
Accurate nec.
Nec.
Finiĝos. Sidiĝos. Ĉiam. Finiĝi. Ĉu iom amas?
Ni aliĝu al la Esperanta klubo en nia regiono.
Let's join the Esperanto club in our area.
Mi volas edziĝi al vi. Edziĝi al. Mi volas edziĝi al vi. Vi.
En itala urbo troviĝas turo kiu kliniĝas.
In an Italian city, provincias, there is a tower which leans.
La edzo kaj edzino volis disiĝi.
The husband and wife wanted to separate.
Iliaj gepatroj disiĝis antaŭ 10 jaroj.
Separated 10 years ago.
Kiam vi kaj Sofia geedziĝos?
When will you and Sophia get married? Three of four.
Ni devas ĉiam pliboniĝi.
Must always improve.
La ĉielo ruĝiĝas dum la frua mateno.
Turns red during the early morning. Ruĝiĝas.
Ni feliĉas, ke la vetero pliboniĝas.
That weather is improving. And again, I don't blame the course creators for not managing to get every possible correct translation in these things. But it is kind of fucking frustrating. Plibonigas.
Ni renkontiĝu dimanĉon ĉe la parko.
Let's meet at the park on Sunday.
Vi kaj mi renkontiĝos morgaŭ.
And I will meet tomorrow.
Interesiĝu pri via laboro.
Get interested in your work. That's easier said than done, depending on the work. Interesiĝu.
Li provas ŝanĝiĝi, sed li ne povas.
Change but can't.
Sabate mi ĉiam enlitiĝas malfrue.
Saturdays, I always go to bed late. Enlitiĝas. Oh, I love that. That's okay. Lito, I guess. Bed. Enlito into bed, and it becomes a reflexive verb. Enlitiĝas. I like that. I like that's high grade verbing there. I appreciate that.
Kiam tiu ĉi malbona vetero ŝanĝiĝos?
Bad weather change.
Kiam la sezonoj ŝanĝiĝas, la vetero ŝanĝiĝas.
The seasons change, the weather changes.
Kiam vi devas enlitiĝi?
Do you have to go to bed? I'm getting tired right now. Interesiĝis. Por ruĝiĝas. Kantas. Dankas. Dancas. Bonvenon.
Adamo kaj lia frato renkontiĝis ĉe la kinejo. Frato. Ĉe la kinejo.
Kinejo. Hello there. How are you doing tonight? Okay. Damo kaj lia frato renkontiĝis ĉe la kinejo.
Ni feliĉas, ke la vetero pliboniĝas.
Are happy that the weather is improving. Yes. Okay, we've leveled up. Time to check the XP situation. 3153. Still miles behind second place on here. The Ruby League is a fast crowd, it seems. And it is time to pick one last language for tonight because I am getting exhausted. We'll put on the eye mask of randomization and see what comes out of it. And what have we got? Hungarian. Another beta. Dobrze. Jól van.
Mit tudsz erről a hegyről?
What do you know about this mountain?
Én szédülök ettől a filmtől.
Szédülök. Hej grabbelul. Hvordan går det? Ja, Esperanto är roligt språk. It is very, I mean, Zamenhof designed it to be really easy to learn by it's just word roots from all sorts of languages, and then he took all these like infixes to make things as user-friendly and easy to learn as possible. And I have to say, I mean, yeah, det gör det ganska bra, because I've never actually properly studied Esperanto at all. And I understand basically everything, just because I happen to know a lot of European languages. Var i Norge kommer du ifrån? En sedeluk, etul och filmtur. Feel dizzy, I'm guessing, from this movie. The only thing that actually makes sense.
Abból az országból jövök én is.
I come from that country too. I like Oslo. I've not spent a lot of time there, but I've had a chance to walk around it a bit, and I rather liked it. And the train down to Rygge, back when that airport was in operation, that was beautiful in winter. The Oslo Fjord all the way down to Rygge, with all the snow and everything on it, that was lovely.
Elköltözöm attól a szörnyű embertől.
I am moving away from that terrible person.
Elutazunk ebből a hülye városból.
We are running. We are leaving this stupid city, I think.
Arról nem írnak az újságok.
The newspapers do not write about that.
A brazil sportoló arról a hegyről ugrik le, nem pedig erről. A brazil sportoló arról a hegyről ugrik le, nem pedig erről. Arról, a hegyről. Ugrik. A brazil sportoló arról a hegyről ugrik le, nem pedig erről.
Nem pedig erről.
Sok ember esik le erről a fáról.
People run, fall off this tree. Well,
a madarak elrepülnek erről a kéményről.
The madar. Birds are flying away from this chimney.
Elköltözünk ettől a folyótól.
Move away from this river.
Abból a citromsárga autóból 4 citromsárga hörcsök száll ki.
Four hörcsök, is that hamsters? Get out from that yellow car? Could that possibly was for yellow hamsters. Okay. Citromsárga, yellow, hörcsög, hamster.
Az emberek kiszállnak abból a nagy és lassú autóból és elsétálnak.
Get out of that big and slow car and walk away, I think. Hungarian is not one of my stronger languages. Well, I grew up with German, Spanish, and English. So, I mean, those are native languages to me. But then the first one I really taught myself would have been Russian. I was 5 years old and I had a dictionary in my room, a Random House 1966 dictionary, unabridged, and it had a table in the back of it, the alphabets of the world. There were 5 of them. It was comprehensive. But one of them was Cyrillic. It was the Russian alphabet. And I just thought it looked really cool at 5 years old, and decided I just wanted to learn everything I could about it. And so I just kind of picked up every single thing, just basically checked everything to do with Russian out of the library, ran up epic, late fees and stuff, and just kind of kept going from there. And then Norwegian was one, that was just random. I was like, I think 14, I was like, it would be cool to be able to say I was learning Norwegian, so I did it, and then it's like, oh wow, this actually isn't that hard, might as well keep going with it.
Ebből a zsebből kulcs nem esik ki.
The funny thing about Norwegian, though, is I learned it. I didn't really have anyone to talk to in Norwegian. And all the Scandinavian people that I ever would meet outside of Norway, they were Swedish. I never ran into Norwegians ever. And so I decided, I might as well just learn Swedish, because I don't understand a word they're saying, even though I can actually read it fine. What they're, read Swedish fine, but when they talk, it's like, what the hell are they saying? So I went from having, and then that was like the only Scandinavian language I ever had occasion to speak. And it took a lot of effort to get that pronunciation. Those weird little Swedish consonants, like what they do with Sean, where it's horn, and that E, that I still actually have trouble getting, but apparently in the north they don't, so I'll just say I have a northern accent. But then, so I really worked hard at that, and then I finally actually had occasion to meet some people from Norway, and I started speaking Norwegian, and it came out in a Swedish accent. So I went from speaking Swedish with a Norwegian accent to Norwegian with a Swedish accent, and somewhere in between. And then my Danish is just sort of with a little bit of both. No. He falls out of this pocket. Okay.
Elmegyek ebből a drága étteremből, és nem jövök vissza.
I go away from this expensive restaurant and do not come back.
Ebből az erdőből sok medve és farkas megy át a városba.
Okay. Many bears and wolves go to the city from this forest.
Attól a hídtól a 4. utca.
The 4th street from this bridge. That bridge.
Arról a repülőgépről az emberek leszállnak, arra pedig fel.
The people get off that aeroplane and get on that one.
Abból a citromsárga autóból 4 citromsárga hörcsög száll ki.
Yeah. 4 yellow hamsters get out of. okay. I didn't even know that was a thing. I just took the default settings for the most part. Get out from that yellow car, as yellow hamsters do. Well, mystery solved then. Good to know. Okay,
A postások elfutnak ezektől a házaktól.
The postal workers run away from these houses. Oh, from these houses. I thought I typed these, but I misclicked. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's just been a thing I've always been into. Like, I mean, I started learning Japanese when I was like, I mean, like really properly learning it would have been like I was 9. I started to really get into it. Or 9 or 10. I had already kind of had an interest because I had this cousin who worked in Japan, and he'd always come over. And he'd come back and he'd have like these gifts that he brought me from Japan, and they would have Japanese writing on them. And I wanted to know what it said. But then when I was like 9 or 10, there were some Japanese kids in my class who didn't speak a word of English, and I decided I wanted to learn Japanese so I could talk to them, and and it just kind of kept going from there. So, it's just a thing that I do now. I just kind of always working on something. Like Hungarian is one of the ones I work on and off.
Az emberek ezekből a szállodákból lemennek a strandra.
The people go from these hotels down to the beach.
Ezekről a lovakról szálltok le.
You get off these horses.
Az okos medve elfut azoktól a rossz emberektől és besiet a barlangba.
Okos medve. Okay, it's some kind of bear. Okos medve. Department cave bear maybe? Runs away from those bad people, rossz emberektől, and oh no. It isn't the cave bear because that's barlong. Bollocks. Snow bear maybe? I'm not sure. The snow bear runs away from those bad people and rushes into the cave, I think. Smart bear. Oh gosh, smart. Okay. Bloody hell.
Mit tudsz azokról az épületekről?
What do you know about those buildings?
Az emberek leszállnak azokról a rossz buszokról és felszállnak ezekre.
Leszállnak.
Azokról. Az emberek leszállnak azokról a rossz buszokról és felszállnak ezekre.
Buszok felszállnak
ezekre.
Wait, what did I get wrong there? Az emberek leszállnak azokról a rossz buszokról. Oh, I forgot és. Diablo.
Nem megyek el ezektől a gyönyörű lányoktól.
No, I am not going away from these beautiful girls.
Azokból a városokból is elköltöznek az emberek.
Do people move away from those cities too? Az emberek ezekből a szállodákból lemennek a strandra.
A vendégek elmennek ezektől az asztaloktól, de azoktól nem.
Go away from these tables, but not those. Sok turista ezekből az országokból érkezik. Kína, Japán, Ausztrália.
Melyik áruházakból jönnek ki a lányok, ezekből vagy azokból?
Which department stores are the girls coming out of? These or those? Az író ezekről a hídakról ír. Melyik buszokról szállnak le a vendégek? Ezekről vagy azokból a városokból az emberek. A vendégek elmennek ezektől az asztaloktól, de azoktól nem. Azokból sem esik ki.
A postások elfutnak ezektől a házaktól.
Run away from these houses.
Az okos medve elfut azoktól a rossz emberektől és besiet a barlangba.
Bear runs away from the bad people and rushes into... Oh fuck. Those bad people. Those bad people. They're particularly bad because they've required me to rewrite this like 5 times now. Those bad people and rushes into the cave.
Az emberek leszállnak azokról a rossz buszokról és felszállnak ezekre.
A
rossz
buszokról
és
felszáll
ezekre.
Okay. Okay, and with that, it is time for me to get some rest. Det är tid för att sova lite. It's been a very, very long day, but thank you, Krabbelul, and everyone else who has joined me in chat today, except for the person who just showed up and said, haha, you suck. I really hope I get to count that follow towards my affiliate status, even though I blocked them immediately. Haha. You've walked right into my nefarious plan. But I will be back in the afternoon, that's Eastern US time tomorrow, and we'll be doing some more of it. Hopefully my eye will be feeling better and I'll be less exhausted. Så tack så mycket för att ha deltagit i den streamen. Och nu ska jag gå och borta. God natt.